Malta, Mediterranean island with the smallest capital city in Europe called Valletta. You're considering to visit Malta for only 3 days, being such a tiny island, and you are wondering where you should stay and what you can do within 72 hours of visiting Malta. Come along with me in this video. I'll be giving you out information on what you can do if you're visiting Malta for only 3 days. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's Alex here. Just in case you're bumping for the very first time on my YouTube channel, my name is Alex and I create videos about Malta. Pretty much everything for those of you that are planning to visit Malta as tourists or those of you that are planning to make Malta your home. If this is something that you might be interested in, please click the subscribe button down below. Now guys, I don't want to ramble a lot. I would like to go straight to the point. So let's start with the very first point. Your first day and arrival in Malta. My first advice here would be for you guys to get one of the early morning flights so that you can arrive in Malta and make the most out of it on your first day. My suggestion here would be for you to stay in Sliema, being such a touristic area that on a walking distance you have pretty much a lot to do, and also this area it's quite connected with a lot of bus lines all around the island. Now this video might be very subjective for many of you guys because it all depends on what you would like to see and what you would like to do in Malta, and at the same time how you would like to commute around, whether this is going to be with a rented car, bus or a taxi. I don't suggest for you to walk all around the island because definitely you need another 7 days holiday after your 3 days visit in Malta on foot. As I said, you're arriving in Malta and you're choosing to stay in Sliema. Once you check in your hotel, the first thing you should do, go to the ferry stop and take a ferry from Sliema to Valletta, the capital city of Malta. You need between 2 and 4 hours to visit the entire city, considering whether you would like to go inside the museums, the churches. I do have a dedicated video about the top 10 things that you should do while you are in Valletta. It's going to be linked down in the description of this video. Have a look at it. Once you are done exploring Valletta, I suggest you to go to the Upper Baraka Gardens, take the lift and get down to the ferry stop from where you can get a ferry to go to the 3 cities, in particular in Vittoriosa, which is one of them and in my personal opinion the best of them all. In Vittoriosa, not only that you're going to see the historical part of Malta, the beautiful architecture, but you do also have a marina where you can either have a late lunch or just a drink. I also have a dedicated video about Vittoriosa, which is going to be linked down in the description of this video so that you guys can understand what you can do if you're visiting Vittoriosa. Once you're done with this city, it's your choice whether you would like to go back to Sliema with a bus, with a taxi, or you can get the ferries back again. Mind you, if you're taking the ferries, it's going to take you over an hour to get back to Sliema. So my personal advice for you guys here is going to be to get just an Uber or Bolt. They're quite reasonable prices as well. Once you're back in your hotel in Sliema, you still have some time to relax. Whether you can go to the spa, to the indoor pool, to the outdoor pool, whatever you decide to do, and whatever your hotel has to offer. Once the sun is down, it's time for you to explore another part of Malta, and here my advice for you is going to be make a walk from Sliema to St. Julians. Depending on which side of Sliema you are, you need between 20 to 40 minutes to reach St. Julians. This is the second most touristic area in Malta, full of restaurants, full of bars, and as well the nightlife is happening here. If you ask me, my personal choice where I go for dinner in St. Julian's, it's Spinola Bay. Full of restaurants, guys, with different type of cuisine. And of course, I do have a video dedicated to St. Julian's, which in my opinion is the most chaotic city in Malta. It's going to be linked down in the description of this video. Guys, all these videos that I'm mentioning are going to be linked down in the description so that once you're done with this video, go and have a look at them so that you can understand what type of vibe these places in Malta are giving. Because some of them, they might be good for me, but they might be bad for you. It is your choice whether you would like to stay in St. Julian's and experience the nightlife. If you do, then you can just go straight to the district where the nightlife is happening, called Pacheville. Please pay attention, you're only on a 3-day holiday, so you need to wake up on your second day very early in the morning so that you can grab the day and make the most out of it. Speaking of, on your second day, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that I will suggest you is just go for a jog or for a walk and a stroll around the promenade in Sliema, the one that it's overlooking Valletta. Once you're done with this, it's time for you to explore more of the central part of Malta. So my advice here on the second day would be for you to head over to Mosta. As well about Mosta, I do have a dedicated video which is going to be where? Down in the description of this video. And once you're done exploring Mosta, guys, it's time for you to move to Mdina, the old capital city of Malta, or known as the Silent City. A part of Game of Thrones was filmed here. It's an absolutely amazing fortified city worth visiting. This should be, if not, in your top 3 locations that you should visit in Malta. You need only 2 hours to experience Mdina, and once you're done with it, on a walking distance you have Rabat, which is absolutely beautiful city. It is a traditional area of Malta. It offers quite a lot when it comes to tourists, and guess what? I do not have a dedicated video about Rabat. And with this being said, stay tuned on my YouTube channel so that you can see a dedicated video about Rabat. Now, considering that you are visiting 3 of these big cities in Malta, it's going to be somewhere around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's time for you to move from Rabat and go to Dingli Cliffs. Dingli Cliffs offers, if not one of the best areas in Malta for watching the sunset. You do have some restaurants in this area, but mostly it's being used for hike. So for those of you that you like hiking and just exploring the nature, Dingli Cliffs is the place for you to be. The sun is down, it's time for you to go back to Sliema. You can either take a boat or a taxi, but considering that you are further away of the island, in my humble opinion, for you to save up on time, it's just for you to order a cab. Now, once you're back in Sliema, it's time for you to rest a little bit. You can either go to the gym, you can go to the spa or indoor pool, whatever, as I said, your hotel offers. Now, in the evening, I suggest you guys to remain in Sliema, book a table in a Maltese restaurant. The best one in Sliema area, it's called Takris. Hashtag not sponsored. In this way, not only that you're going to indulge into the Maltese cuisine, but you're also going to remain in an area from where on a walking distance after dinner you can go in one of the bars. My personal choice, if you're staying in Sliema and you're planning to go somewhere for a drink, either go to Medeja Fusion Lounge or to Gourmet Bar and Grill. Now we are moving on to the final day in Malta, your 3rd day on the island, and the things that you can do. Wake up in the morning and just go for a jog or a stroll around Sliema and take a harbor cruise. With this, you are going to see Malta from the seaside, and it's going to take you in the 3 cities, in Valletta, in Tashbish and in Sliema. You're going to see the beautiful architecture from the seaside. Once you're done with the harbor cruise, you have 2 choices. You can either take the hop-on hop-off bus and go all around the island, or you can get a taxi and move towards the south part of Malta. If it falls down on a Sunday, I suggest you to go to Marsaxlokk, because you're going to experience a traditional market in Malta. Marsaxlokk is the fishing village. For those of you that you like seafood, not me, this is the best place for seafood restaurants. In Marsaxlokk, you're definitely going to spend at least about 3 hours. You can also take one of the boat rides to go all around the caves and the base, or you can just remain and explore Marsaxlokk. Speaking of, I do have a video about it, which is going to be linked down in the description of this video. When you're done exploring Marsaxlokk, it's time for you to move to the other part of the south of Malta, which is the Blue Grotto and Zurrieq. Now, I'm gonna be biased because this is the area where I live in Malta as well, and for me, it's one of the most beautiful areas. Why? If you're visiting Zurrieq, you're going to be inside an extremely traditional village of Malta, and it does offer bars, restaurants and pastizzerias as well. It has beautiful tiny streets where you can just wander around and see how the local people are living. Once you're done exploring Zurrieq, it's time for you to get down to the Blue Grotto, where you can either get a boat ride to go all around the caves, which takes about 45 minutes, get back on the shore, have a late snack or a drink, and then move on to one of the temples, which is called Hajar Im. All of these, guys, you need to do it with a taxi, because if you're taking buses, you're wasting over an hour to get to these areas. So I know that for some people you might be on a budget, but the best thing that you can do in Malta is to go around with a taxi. Once you're done with the Hajarim temples, you can either go back to Sliema or you can move on back to Dingli Cliffs, where you can watch the sunset, just in case you missed it on your 2nd day. Now here we are concluding the 3-day itinerary for you guys in Malta, but just in case it happened for you to be over the summertime in Malta and you would like to visit the beaches, I will suggest you one of these days to trade it into the north part of Malta. You can go in the morning and spend some time in St. Paul's Bay, Melilla, Bugiba and Aura, explore this side of Malta, which is the north part of the island, and then move on towards Golden Bay and Ain Tufieha, which are the two most famous beaches in Malta. These are absolutely amazing for sunset as well, and you do have only few restaurants in this area. Specifically in Ain Tufieha there is only one, which is called Singita Miracle Beach. It's absolutely beautiful, but pay attention that it's always packed and crowded. I know that this video is going to be quite subjective for some of you guys, because you guys might be interested into some different things from what I have just mentioned. But I did this video to show you that you can go into the traditional side of Malta, explore the history and culture, and at the same time explore the modern part of this island. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to like it down below. Those of you that you're interested to learn more about Malta, I do have my own website, which is called alexinmalta.com, where you can find the guidebook that I have created for those of you that would like me to help you out with further information about Malta. Do not forget to check the videos that are linked in the description of this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like it down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more, and until I see you in my next one. Bye!